Police officers in Shropshire, Herefordshire and Worcestershire are to be some of the first in the country to start mapping where stop and search powers are used. Members of the public will be able to see where the controversial powers are used and how they relate to crime in the area. It's part of a new code of conduct which police forces will now be using. Sarah Falkland reports.
Go to the Newtown area of Birmingham and almost everyone you meet has a story about stop and search. Tony Mohammed works for JLR and has been married to Kimberly for 17 years.
They immediately think drug dealer, so they come to the car and they're questioning him, asked me to come out the car, threw me in the back of a police van. I've got a great big bruise. He was really racist.
Albert Forsyth, reigning British karate champion, says he was followed by police in Sutton for 10 minutes and then stopped for no apparent reason.
Some people do panic, especially if probably they don't have insurance or they don't have a license or anything. They just drive and run away.
The perception on the streets is still very much that the police are abusing their powers to stop and search, particularly in areas like this, in Aston, in Birmingham, where there's a big black population. But that perception is very much at odds with the official statistics.
In 2012, there were nearly 50,000 searches and just a 6% arrest rate. This year's projected searches are less than half that, around 19,000, and the arrest rate's likely to double to 13%. From today, the force will publish the outcomes of all stop and searches and restrict use of one of their most controversial powers, often used at football matches, the so-called Section 60, which for the past 18 months has only been sanctioned by Assistant Chief Constables.
If you were an African Caribbean, you were 6 to 7 times more likely to stop than a white person. Now it's gone down to, they say 2.6, but let's say it's 3 times more likely to be stopped. So we're moving in the right direction.
Suleiman Samuel is on a stop and search scrutiny panel. He thinks the current move from paper to electronic reports will make a big difference.
The officer was only able to write the first 10 or 10 words of a sentence, which couldn't give you that much information. So often it would appear that there were gaps in the reasoning and the grounds.
The officer in charge of stop and search in the West Midlands says it's an essential power and being used in a proportionate and lawful manner, which is helping to protect the public from criminals. Sarah Falkland, BBC Midlands Today in Birmingham.